evening and welcome to Fort Myers, Florida at Suncoast Credit Union Arena. It's the Elevance Health Women's Fort Myers Tip-Off Shell Division Championship game. It's an SEC Big East crossover as Arkansas faces Marquette. Welcome to the Women's Sports Network. Thanks so much for being here alongside Michelle Griffin-Wenzel. I'm Kylan Mills. Marquette shooting the three ball at a really high clip. Well, Arkansas struggled a little bit with the three, but generally a very high-powered offense, scoring nearly 80 points per game. What are you watching for in this matchup?
Well, for Marquette, they got to get up and down the floor, not only on offense, but defense. And for Arkansas, it's going to be all about rebounding. They cannot let Marquette get second chance opportunities. Arkansas has got to own the boards.
Just the second time these two teams are meeting. Now let's take a look at the starting lineups. A look here at the starting five for both Marquette and Arkansas. Both teams very consistent in who's been starting games. Both sides, the same starters all season long. The Razorbacks coming in at 6-0 on the season. The Golden Eagles coming in at 5-0. Michelle, who are one or two players in this lineup that you're excited to watch?
Well, for Marquette, it's Mackenzie Hare. I mean, she's a sophomore, had 25 points in their game against Boston College. And for Arkansas, it's the freshman Talia Scott. I mean, she's unbelievable. Under 25 points average in 6 games so far.
Now this Marquette team coming in undefeated. One thing that's interesting, last season a great defensive team led the Big East in terms of fewest opponent points conceded, but didn't shoot particularly well. This year they're shooting more than 44% from beyond the arc. You pointed out Hare's recent performance. What's changed for the Golden Eagles this season?
Well, I think with Kenzie Hare, she's got a lot more confidence in her shot, and she had a great off season, and she's been able to drive to the rim and get more elements to her game, which makes the defense a little bit more aware of where she is, and that kind of opens things up for the other teammates.
For Arkansas, they haven't shot the three particularly well, under 30%. Head coach Mike Neighbors said, "We love layup threes and free throws." He said one thing about their three-point game this season has been the shot selection a little bit off. He'd like to see more paint touches before they kick it outside or looking for transition opportunities. But the Arkansas Razorbacks have still found ways to score. What has been working for this offense, or who, should I say?
Well, they're very unselfish. I mean, they spread the rock very well between Samara Spencer and Michaela Daniels. I mean, Daniels had a great night against Wisconsin. 22 points, 8 boards. She was 5 for 10 from the three-point line. So it's unselfish play for Arkansas that's going to get it done this evening.
Just a couple seconds away from tip-off here. Both teams winning their semifinal matchup just last night, playing back-to-back days with a lot on the line. Arkansas wins the tip-off, and the Razorbacks will have the first possession. Scott, the fantastic freshman, handling the ball there.
And keep your eye on Talia Scott in white and Rose and Kumu in blue. Those two are going to battle it all night.
A steal starts things off for the Golden Eagles. Kick outside. Hare can't get it to go. Rebound brought in by Dauda. Dauda inside the lane, spinning, kicks out. Hoffenbarger rattles out. Hare with the board.
And that's one of those 3 points that you were talking about. I mean, Poffenbarger has to get that three-pointer to go. She was wide open.
King comes off the screen, knocks it down. Marquette with the first bucket of the game.
And you know when Jordan King hits her first shot and she comes right off that screen, good things are going to happen for these Golden Eagles.
King averaging more than 16 points per game, nearly 4 boards. That shot for Arkansas rattles out, and the Golden Eagles with the rebound. Not a tall team or particularly big, but certainly they're going to look to battle on the boards here. That's something Coach Megan Duffy pointed out as being important for this group. Coming off the screen here, looking is Hare. Shot falls for Carlin this time.
And Carlin gives the Golden Eagles that opportunity to extend the defense. And you've got to get a hand in number 32's face because she'll knock down those jumpers.
That one's offline for Poffenbarger. Slow start for the Razorbacks beyond the arc. Hare lays it off. Ottinger thought about it. And Kumu, another little mid-range jumper. How about the Golden Eagles off to a hot start? 6-0 the score here early in quarter number 1.
I mean, it's the ball movement from the Golden Eagles that sets up that opportunity for Liza Carlin to knock down the deuce.
Marquette, led by head coach Megan Duffy in her 5th season, has the best winning percentage of any coach in Marquette women's basketball history. The Golden Eagles have made 3 postseason appearances under Duffy, have earned a pair of runner-up finishes in both the regular season and conference tournament. Michelle, you cover Marquette quite a bit on their broadcasts. What stands out about Megan Duffy and the type of coach that she is?
Intense. Very intense, and she's up and down that sideline, and she is just feeding energy into her team, and she coaches a lot like she plays.
You could feel that passion and intensity. Got to catch up with Coach Duffy a couple days ago. It was a real pleasure talking to her. You can tell how excited she is about this year's team. A lot of experience here for the Golden Eagles. However, right now Razorbacks trying to respond, get their first points on the board here in quarter number 1. Scott gets it inside, kick out, Dauda, and it gets stuck right there on the rim in the sweet spot. How about that?
I bet you she could not do that again if she tried. I mean, Arkansas is getting good looks. I mean, this is a nice looking shot. Dauda just hit it long.
So it is going to be a Marquette ball. After that is a jump. So Rose and Kumu will handle the rock and bring it up the floor.
Marquette in their motion offense. They love to pass it around the perimeter, and that's one thing if Coach Duffy isn't seeing, she's going to start screaming. And that's a great offensive rebound and turnaround putback for Liza Carlin. Carlin's got 6.
Big response there for Carlin. Averages nearly 7 boards per game. Was the Big East Player of the Week back on November 13th. That ball is going to stay with the Razorbacks here with the inbounds down on the baseline.
I mean, if you would have told me that Arkansas would have no points this far into the game, I think I would have laughed at you. I mean, they're such a high-scoring team, but they're not getting it to the rim. And credit Marquette for being very aggressive on defense, switching and cutting off these drives.
Speaking of, that layup won't go, trying to bring down the offensive board, but Marquette battling for everything. And Kumu goes down, hard collision. Hopefully everyone's okay. Sasha Goforth into the game, down on the ground there momentarily for the Razorbacks.
Yeah, the screen here by Hottinger and Goforth just looked like she just tripped and fell and just looked awful.
Marquette will have the inbounds as there's a quick wiping of the floor. Kumu lays it off. Gets it across. Carlin drives baseline, kicks it out. King, too strong. Offensive board. Ottinger puts it back up, but can't get it to go. Pushing here is Arkansas. Spencer. Marquette does a good job getting numbers behind. Finds Daniels, rattles out. Board brought in by the Golden Eagles once again.
Marquette doing a great job keeping the Razorbacks off the offensive glass. And that's what I was talking about earlier with Kenzie Hare. I mean, that's one thing she's picked up in the offseason, was the ability to get downhill and not always be that perimeter shooter.
However, there's a perimeter shot. Three-pointer will fall for the Razorbacks. Hare after her first basket of the game. Arkansas responds.
Yeah, Spencer, quick release on the outside. Just a beautiful looking shot from Samara.
Razorbacks on the board now, still trailing by 7. Deep three, no from Hare. Arkansas here looking to push. Daniels getting up the floor quickly. Deep three rattles out, this time from Spencer. Marquette continuing to do a good job crashing the glass.
Well, and Arkansas is getting back, and they're not hanging around to pick up an offensive board because they know that Marquette's going to get back in transition.
Scott gets inside. No, she goes down as well. No foul called. Despite a little bit of contact. Now here the Golden Eagles will slow it down. Surveying here is Hottinger. That one rattles out from King. Razorbacks pushing. Daniels.
Oh, nice move.
The baseline, kick out. Shot from deep, strong. Goforth couldn't get that one to fall, but it does go out of play. The ball will stay with the Razorbacks. A couple of substitutions being made, 4.5 and change to go. And there's Arkansas's head coach Mike Neighbors in his 7th season. Has guided his alma mater to a very strong 6-year period, 120 wins, 5 postseason berths coming into this season. Has racked up 218 wins during 10 seasons as a head coach. Has done an excellent job shaping this high-powered offense. This team averaging nearly 80 points per game coming into the season. The drive not there for Goforth, though. Golden Eagles clean up the glass again.
Shocking that Arkansas is shooting 9% from the field. Look at that pass into Liza Carlin, so smooth for the Golden Eagles.
Carlin now 3 for 3, 6 points, 4 boards as well. That one short from Scott.
Well, and that was a forced shot from Scott. That's a freshman mistake. I mean, use your skills and get to the rim, draw the foul and get to that free throw line.
Talia Scott doesn't make those types of mistakes often, averaging 23.5 points per game. There's a three-pointer, though, splashed in for the Golden Eagles. Now they have a 12-point lead.
Jordan King with 5 points. You really know how Marquette's going to go as Jordan King goes. I mean, if she makes those first couple shots, there's a travel. Good defense by Forbes and King. And this is one thing Coach Duffy really stresses, is a lot of ball movement. Get all of the teammates involved, and Kumu clearing things out, and there's that nice screen from Carlin, and King just hits the shot.
Strong start here for Marquette, shooting 50% from the floor. Razorbacks just 8%. Golden Eagles down on offense again. King off to Forbes now in the game. Hottinger kicks it out. 4 on the shot clock, driving, and King gets it to go.
Jordan King using her physicality to go one-on-one. And that time, that's what I'm talking about. Talia Scott, take it to the rim. Draw the foul, and she got King for her first. The shot clock at 5 here, and King just keeps going right away. Strong with that basketball, strong finish with the left hand.
Scott now goes to the line, has not scored yet in this game, averaging 23.5 points per game, pacing all SEC scores coming into today's matchup Also chips in more than 4 rebounds per game, 2 steals on the season, shooting about 45% from the field. A great downhill guard. And another thing is that she rarely ever misses free throws, shooting 87.5% from the charity stripe.
Yeah, and she's definitely the complete player. And if she stays at Arkansas over her tenure, you're going to see her rack up the accolades.
Arkansas still trailing by 12 here. Marquette with the ball and the chance to extend. Volker surveying. Not a lot of options here. And Kumu off the screen gets it back to Hottinger, and there's the bucket. Marquette now up 19-5.
Yeah, adding Franny from Lehigh, played 4 years there. And she's a workhorse that does whatever Coach Duffy asks her to do. And so far, it's been getting rebounds. She's been doing a nice job on the defensive glass.
Three-pointer rattles out. Razorbacks still struggling. Here now with the ball. Hottinger, by the way, Patriot League Player of the Year and first team All-League selection at Lehigh. Finds Forbes on the dribble. Connects with Volker. Won't go. Arkansas comes up with it on the scramble. Looking here in transition. Steal, though, for Volker. Golden Eagles now pushing. Volker on the dribble drive, draws the contact, won't get the roll.
Yeah, Forbes comes into this game, as does Volker, and they replace Carlin and King. And they're getting some valuable minutes right now, and a great move by Volker, the junior, to get to the hoop.
Volker, a Duke transfer, by the way, was there for 2 seasons, played in 39 games for the Blue Devils, including 6 starts, 12 appearances last season, 3-time All-State selection out of Virginia.
Oh, and she just brings more depth to that wing position for the Golden Eagles, and very high basketball IQ as well for the junior.
16-point lead now for the Golden Eagles. On the drive, Spencer draws the contact, foul called. She'll go to the line. She was challenged by King.
I think that's King's second foul as well.
King's second foul indeed.
And this is exactly what Arkansas needs to do. Attack the rim, and they're quick. They're quick to the rim. Get there, get on the free throw line, and make a couple free throws here.
That one rattles out, though. Samara Spencer not able to get the roll. Second one too strong. Fight for the board. Marquette comes up with it. And Kumu pulls it back out. Kick call as that one went out of play. So Marquette will get it on the inbounds.
Yeah, with King and Carlin both sitting on the bench, and King's going to be there for a while with 2 fouls. You know, Arkansas's got to step it up on defense here and have defense turn into offense.
10 on the shot clock. Volker. Moving it around the horn. 4 on the shot clock. Driving, spinning, no. Board brought in by Poffenbarger. Arkansas in transition. Poffenbarger kicks it out. That one will fall. Keats gets the triple.
A nice looking shot from the sophomore, and part of that was because Franny Hottinger totally lost her player, and there's some pressure from Arkansas. Only one player from Marquette was on the team last year that's on the floor.
Marquette responds, though. Franny Hottinger with the bucket. Last possession here will go to the Razorbacks if they can control it. 5 to go here in the first quarter. Driving is Spencer. Kick out. Shot from distance. Daniels gets it just before the buzzer.
Huge kick out for Daniels.
Arkansas still trailing, but getting a little bit of momentum there late in quarter number 1. It's 23-11, the lead for Marquette.
And Marquette getting it done, attacking the rim, shooting the outside shot. It's all Golden Eagles.
Marquette leads by 12 after quarter number 1. However, the Razorbacks responding there as the quarter went on. Just an unbelievable final shot there before the first quarter buzzer.
Yeah, Samara Spencer driving and dishing, and Michaela Daniels hitting, and that's something the Razorbacks need to do more of. Get the defense to collapse, give yourself space to kick it out, and the Razorbacks have to hit those outside shots.
Coach Neighbors said a focus for this group coming into this game would be shot selection from beyond the arc. He said too often they're not taking the threes they want to take. He said they want to look for opportunities where they get a paint touch or the dribble drive inside, or they get the transition three. What have you made of the Razorbacks' shot selection in the first quarter?
Well, it definitely has improved in the last couple minutes of that quarter. But again, they need to get this Marquette defense moving. Once they get him moving, then distribute the ball, and you cannot hesitate on your shot. You got to be ready to catch the ball in your shooter's pocket and go up and pop it.
Another stat to keep an eye on, rebounds. Marquette leads right now 14-8. This Golden Eagles team, to the admission of their own coach, Megan Duffy, isn't the biggest you're going to see in Division I women's basketball, but they're getting it done on the glass. What do you need to see from Arkansas to start to mix it up a little bit more?
Well, Arkansas, I think, is more worried about getting back and stopping Marquette's transition game. I mean, they need to have another body in there to battle for some offensive boards. But on the defensive side, the Razorbacks just need to box out. They just need to find all of the blue jerseys and clear that space.
The Razorbacks bigs have been very efficient on the glass. Sailor Poffenbarger comes in averaging nearly 12 rebounds per game. Miriam Dowda averages nearly 8.5 boards per game. So those are two players right there who should be able to grab some on the glass. Now here comes Arkansas with another chance. 3 too strong from Scott. Offensive board, though, pulled in by Poffenbarger, right on cue.
That's exactly what you need to do. Fight and get a second chance opportunity.
Scott off the screen, goes all the way, lays it in with the left hand. Pretty touch there from the freshman.
Yeah, little hesitation. She beat her defender, and then Skylar Forbes not able to catch up with her.
Entry into the high post there, Carlin. Gets it back to Nkumu.
Yeah, remember, Jordan King right now is on the bench with 2 fouls. She's a big part of Marquette's offense.
5 on the shot clock. Hare on the dribble. Kick out. 3, too strong. Offensive board for Carlin. Put back, draws the contact.
When Mackenzie Hare, she hesitated on that shot. She's got to take that shot from the top of the key. She's a much better three-point shooter than Skylar Forbes. But the Razorbacks, come on, you cannot let Liza Carlin take that ball away from you. You got to get a body on Liza, box her out.
So far, Marquette with 3 O boards. Arkansas with 2. First free throw falls there with Liza Carlin now at the line. And she has 8.
She's a 92% free throw shooter and missed the front end on that one. Got the back end.
Missed the first, made the second. 8 points, though, and 5 boards for Carlin, and we're still early in the second. What has led to her efficiency?
Workhorse. I mean, she just works very hard, and she knows that she can't replace Carly Murata, who they lost at graduation, who was outstanding on the boards, but she learned a lot from Murata's leadership and rebounding ability, and she's just working really hard.
Volker finds Hare. Yes! Beautiful shot there for Mackenzie Hare.
She is one of the quickest releases in the game. I remember her playing last year, and she hit her first three-pointer, and I'm like, my goodness, is she quick.
Arkansas now in the hole, 14. Daniels coming off the screen. Tries to drive, ends up going all the way through. Bounces off her own leg, though. Marquette forces the turnover.
When Marquette sets such great ball screens, and that frees up Walker to pass that, and Nkumu also screening for oh my goodness.
Scramble on the floor, multiple players down.
We'll take another look at this. And Kumu was trying to pass it to Carlin. And there's a battle for the ball, and my goodness, they're battling hard in there for sure.
Floor being wiped down once again before the inbounds is made. Marquette will keep it. Coach Neighbors, you saw him there up off the bench making his voice heard. Marquette will keep it. Hare on the dribble, nice little fake up off the glass.
And again, there's that high ball screen on the top of the perimeter, and Hare so smart, and she just let number 4, Sailor Poffenbarger, go past her, and then she hesitated and put up the shot.
Whistle blows, it is going to be a foul called against the Golden Eagles.
Mackenzie Hare, a little shake and bake there. Stops on a dime, does not travel. Then she squares up and takes the shot.
Spencer, kick out. Triple won't go.
But you know what?
Tried from the corner.
That's what you want, though. You want to keep hitting those, and they've got to be able to make it.
Once again, Hare able to get downhill. Shot wouldn't fall, though, as that one goes out of play.
Yeah, Poffenbarger doesn't have any points right now. I'd love to see her do some posting up in the paint. Use her physicality in there.
Hare with the entry pass. Travel is called. Ottinger tried to handle that one there down low, but too many steps.
And that's the first turnover for Marquette. They're hitting 52% from the floor. Arkansas 21%.
Razorbacks here need to cut the lead soon, down 16.
A nice defense on the ball by Liza Carlin to stop Daniels.
Scott over the top to Poffenbarger, no.
I like that play. I like that pass into Poffenbarger. Sailor's got to finish. Be strong.
Nkumu taking her time. Hare off the screen. Goes for the layup, denied.
Huge.
Poffenbarger with a huge block. Spencer goes up with it, draws the contact.
And that's the momentum in that play that Arkansas needs. It's not going to happen again. Sailor says, no way, you're not taking a layup on me again. And defense turns into offense, and we'll see if Spencer can knock down these free throws.
Poffenbarger, in addition to being able to bang down low, pull in rebounds, very good defensively, comes in leading her team with 10 steals. That also was her 9th block on the season. The 6'2" redshirt sophomore has that size and the ability to play inside out.
Well, the uncharacteristic free throw shooting by Spencer, I mean, she didn't even dribble, she didn't take a breath. She just caught it from the official and just shot it.
14-point lead here for Marquette. And there's going to be the second turnover of the game as that one goes out of play. Second turnover for the Golden Eagles, that is. However, this is a group that's very experienced. Some of that decision-making, taking care of the basketball, do you believe comes with just having experienced senior, fifth-year players on the floor?
Well, that and also getting used to their new teammates. You know, Lee Volker and Franny Hottinger in there right now. And now we called her number.
Poffenbarger,
Yeah.
She heard you, Michelle. She said, I got an answer. This time it's a triple. A block and a triple, huge couple sequences there.
I mean, show me what you got. You got recruited to go to UConn. You played at UConn. Now you're at Arkansas. I want to see you play number 4.
Poffenbarger, just her freshman year at UConn. That one splashes in for Hottinger.
Yeah, Hottinger, you know, knack of putting the ball in the basket from different spots, and that's a spot that you'd like to see her heat up from.
Poffenbarger outside. Off-ball foul called. That one's going to be against the Golden Eagles.
Yeah, Daniels draws the defense. Carlin sinks too far, and that leaves Sailor, number 4, open to drain that triple.
That's the second foul on Kenzie Hare.
That's 2 starters now for Marquette sitting on the bench. And this is where Arkansas needs to push, but not turn the ball over.
And Kumu lays it up and in.
And that's one thing that has changed over the last couple years with Rose. I mean, she's become more confident in finishing shots. I can't tell you the number of layups that she had missed her freshman and sophomore year. Wow.
Poffenbarger with her second triple of the game, cuts the lead to 12.
She is feeling it.
Coming to life here in the second quarter with a pair of triples, now 2 of 4 from beyond the arc. Volker off the screen, bounces it inside, little turnaround, won't go.
I think there was a little contact there on the top of Carlin's shot, and they didn't call it.
Scott. Oh, what a move.
Yes.
Draws the contact. She'll go to the line, but rather it is going to be called an offensive foul. So huge turnaround there. What led to that defensive effort?
Rose Kumu. She had so many charges last season. She's had a couple so far this year. But Talia Scott made a nice move. She just has to know where she is on the floor.
Arkansas quietly creeping back into this game, trailing by 12 here late in quarter number 2. Now, the Razorbacks are coming off of a gritty 65-62 win over Wisconsin yesterday, and that was a game where they trailed in. They were down by double digits early in the third quarter and found a way to win. It seems like they're hanging around here in half number 1. How can the Razorbacks continue to build momentum?
Continue to get defensive stops and make sure that they are driving that paint, drawing the defense in, and kicking the ball out. Their shooting percentage is now up to 27%. Still low, but it's better than 9%, which it was in the first quarter.
Skip pass over to Volker. Marquette here trying to pad the lead with 2 starters and a little bit of early foul trouble. Volker from the corner, rattles out. Offensive board for Hottinger.
Yeah, she's a workhorse, my goodness.
Tried to turn the corner there, but it was a foul on the body just there on the baseline.
Yeah, 5 rebounds for Hottinger, and she just takes it up, gives a little fake to get Poffenbarger off her feet, and takes it right down the baseline, draw the foul.
Sophomore guard Carly Keats called for her first foul. 3-point shot from Hottinger, falls. Golden Eagles extend the lead to 14.
And that's an out-of-bounds play they usually run with Kenzie Hare, but Kenzie's on the bench with 2 foul troubles. And Carlin just stands there, and she sets the ball screen for the shooter to get that open look.
Turnaround in the lane, and 1. Spencer with a big bucket.
The The Razorbacks have such good guards. I mean, Scott and Spencer, Michaela Daniels, they're quick. And look at her go after Lee Volker. Nice little spin move, change of hands, and toss that ball up and got it to go in.
She gets the free throw as well. I mean, that's not easy to do, to change hands and the way that she was finishing that while her body was falling the other direction.
With her speed as well.
Very skillful there from Samara Spencer. Spencer now has 8, by the way. Drive in the lane, foul called. Nkumu there getting it done.
Yeah,
Foul called on Daniels.
Nkumu not hesitating. She just takes it right to the rim, and she has really improved her ability to get downhill quickly.
Nkumu, a senior guard out of Iowa City, Iowa, looking at her trajectory through her career at Marquette is truly outstanding. She averaged just under 2 points per game as a sophomore, 0.7 points per game as a freshman before she saw a bigger role last season. Now she's in the starting lineup. She's a huge piece of this team, averaging nearly 9.5 points per game. Where have you seen the most growth for Nkumu?
She's a student of the game, and she just listens to her coach, and she is attacking the rim, and she's playing with confidence. And I think that's where her game has really improved. She's always been a very good defender, but taking control and stepping up as a leader.
Coach Jeffy also complimented Nkumu's defense, says she'll often guard the best offensive player of the other team. Also mentioned that she feels like she's maybe an unsung hero on this team, doesn't quite get the same amount of praise as the other players or some of the players like Hare, who put up huge numbers, 20 plus in a game, but she says she does a lot of little things well. Nkumu now running the offense.
Oh, they missed her on that curl. Skylar Forbes had Abby Cracknell there.
Cracknell, though, cleans it up, still gets the bucket, her first of the game.
And Arkansas has got to do a better job on calling out those screens and getting through them. Marquette's offense is very screen heavy, not only on ball, but off ball.
Scott
Great
spinning.
defense.
Can't get it to go. Nkumu pulls it out.
And remember, Marquette has kept this lead at 15 with their top 2 scorers on the bench, and Mackenzie Hare and Jordan King.
Oh, what a play. Cracknell with the bucket down low.
The patience there, feeding Cracknell, and Cracknell going up with a soft left hand.
Junior forward with a pair of buckets on those last 2 possessions. Spencer surveying. Razorbacks need a response here. Keats lays it off. Deep 3 from Poffenbargers, too strong.
And right there on that offensive possession, Arkansas didn't drive the paint once. A lot of perimeter passing, and you're not going to get very good shots with that.
That's exactly the point that Coach Neighbors made coming into this matchup. Marquette with a chance to pad the lead. Deep one from Nkumu, and she gets it.
And every once in a while, Rose will put up that 3. I mean, that's not what she's looking for, but if the defense is going to give her that step, she's going to take it.
20-point lead now for the Golden Eagles. Spencer can't get that one to go, but it is lost just out of bounds. Just a small miscue there.
And the ball movement here from Marquette. Forbes being very patient, and the little touch pass over the top from Nkumu. And again, Nkumu draining that 3 from the top of the key.
Poffenbarger finds Keats. The corner 3 rattles home.
That's what I've been saying. Drive the paint, reverse the court, find the open shooter. Carly Keats getting the shooter's touch on that rim.
About an 18-second game clock, shot clock differential here in quarter number 2. Nkumu surveying.
Whoa, what a
finds
backdoor
Volker with a pretty basket just about 20 seconds before the halftime break.
Yeah, moving without the ball, getting that space. And for Nkumu to see number 1 cutting. Unbelievable. 7 assists for Rosen Kumu.
Spencer, it's touched out of bounds, but last touch by the Eagles. So it will stay Razorbacks ball, but this defense, once again, Marquette really doing an excellent job defending, especially in the interior on some of these drives.
Well, and shooting 58% from the field.
That one just touched out of bounds as the buzzer expires. First half in the books, and boy, has Marquette impressed here. They have a 19-point lead over Arkansas.
Yeah, Marquette really holding their own with their 2 scorers on the bench in foul trouble. But Arkansas, you know, they just have to find a way to get more involved with this offense and spread the wealth and hit those shots.
As we step aside for the halftime break, let's take a look at our feature brought to you by Elevance Health.
As part of their commitment to health equity, Elevance Health has partnered with the Impact Fitness Foundation to increase access to fitness resources for students.
Elevance Health is here at Victory College Prep, helping them transform a garden to help deliver nutritious food to the students, and that into a weight room and fitness center.
Victory College Prep in Indianapolis has never had a fitness space for their students until now.
This facility is a great opportunity for our athletes to be more focused on their outcomes and be stronger. This is just going to be step 1 for them. To start here as an athlete with access to facilities we didn't have access to before, to then go to college and stay and come back and give back to their community.
Healthier students become healthy adults, which leads to healthy communities.
Elevance Health's about what it means to live a healthy lifestyle, really making sure that they can live their best lives.
With 3 girls' sports teams recently added at VCP, this new space will provide access for a growing number of girls with tools to help optimize their physical and mental health.
Every athlete deserves a level playing field. And that doesn't just mean the resources they have on the field, it means what they do in preparation for that. So, and that's not just awesome equipment, but it's also the educational resources afterwards.
Team on 3, 1, 2, 3, 3. There we go. All right, let's get to work, guys.
Teamwork was on display with Elevance Health volunteers, along with their partners at the Indiana Fever, bringing a room to life as a first-class training facility, complete with new equipment.
Welcome to your new weight room.
I feel like it's going to help boost a lot of efforts and a lot of potential in a lot of the sports that we have.
Partners like Elevance Health.
Elevance Health's purpose, to improve the health of humanity, is rooted in their fundamental belief in ensuring everyone has the opportunity to be and stay healthy for a lifetime.
welcome back to the floor, Marquette Golden Eagles. Please welcome to the floor, Arkansas Razorbacks.
Welcome back into Suncoast Credit Union Arena. The Fort Myers Tip-Off Shell Division title game underway. The first half all Marquette. However, Arkansas has to do a better job, Michelle, you mentioned, of getting some paint touches before they kick out like this.
Yeah, drawing the defense in, finding that open shooter, and Poffenberger, I mean, really got the job done, draining 2 threes in back-to-back trips down the floor. And for Marquette, you know, they just need to use those ball screens to get their open shots, distributing the ball really well, shooting 58%. And that nice pass over the top to number 20, Hottinger.
Marquette getting it done in a lot of different ways. Look at the stats from the first half. Another one that stands out. The Golden Eagles with the edge, 24-11 on the boards. How important is rebounding going to be for Arkansas to get back in this game?
That's crazy. I mean, Arkansas is known for their rebounding. I mean, they've got to do a better job of stepping up the intensity and the aggressiveness on defense. And that starts with owning the boards.
Is the rebounding what you feel like led to that disparity of points in the paint as well? 18-4 Marquette against an Arkansas team that has been really good at getting downhill, and also you mentioned getting second chance points. How do they turn the tables to get it inside as well as finding the kickouts?
Well, you know, the big thing for Arkansas defensively is they have to communicate on those ball screens and off-ball screens. I mean, they're just being kind of hesitant on getting through them. And even if they do switch on a couple of them, just to disrupt the flow of Marquette's offense. And then just continuing to shoot. I mean, those shots have to go down, even though they're 8 for 28 in 2-point shots.
Opening possession here of the second half. Drive by King, floater up and in. Golden Eagles with the first basket.
That's one thing that she's really developed over the last couple of years. Jordan King, that jump shot as she stops on a dime and goes up and over the defense.
Offenbarger. Kick out, contact though on the baseline. Is going to be a foul called on the offense. And that one's going to go against Michaela Daniels.
Eliza Carlin does a great job coming over to help on that defense, and she puts a toe right on that baseline and does not give Daniels any room to sneak through.
Golden Eagles now with a 21-point lead. High post entry pass. Pull-up falls. Pretty little move there for Carlin.
Beautiful set there. Hanier came over to set the ball screen to give Carlin the opportunity to shoot. But Nkumu's cut to that back really drew the defense and got him out of sorts.
Spencer kicks out. Poffenbarger for three. Got it.
That's what I'm talking about. You gotta use her shooting ability.
20-point game here in quarter number 3, but it's still early. Pointed out Arkansas was down double digits against Wisconsin yesterday. Battled back, managed to pull out the 3-point victory. So they are down, but certainly not out at this point.
Well, they've got to get some defensive stops here.
Hare from deep, short. Board brought in by Dauda.
That was a good clear by Dauda, keeping Carlin off the glass.
Dauda thought about the trail 3. Daniels brings it back out. Tries to find the skip pass all the way across, intercepted by Nkumu.
Well, there was a battle down low between Dauda and Hare, and Arkansas totally missed that.
Nice defensive stop, though, from Spencer, but Marquette manages to keep the ball. High post entry again. Turning is Carlin. Draws the contact.
And you don't see Liza Carlin doing that too often. I mean, she likes to shoot from that elbow. And there she draws the contact. But again, the drive, the dish, and Poffenbarger like almost NBA land out there. So smooth.
Dauda called for her first. Baseline jumper won't go. Arkansas not really pushing. Marquette had numbers. Daniels. Spencer. Pulls it back out.
Now Carlin and King, number 12 and number 23, they've got 2 fouls. I'm surprised Arkansas isn't going after them a little bit more.
Off back iron from Spencer. King now brings it up. King will bring it back out to run the set. That time intercepted by Daniels. Finds Poffenbarger, gets the lay-in.
Yeah, that was just a mental hiccup there from Jordan King. I mean, she doesn't usually pass the ball that poorly, but give credit to the defense for anticipating as well.
King to Carlin, connection works this time. King runs into the screen. Intercepted again, Spencer, this time with the steal.
Yeah, and you wonder if King's sitting on the bench for as long as she did in that first half.
Scott nails the triple. Arkansas now within 15. Razorbacks starting to heat up here in quarter number 3 after a pair of steals led to some quick buckets for the Razorbacks.
Yeah, 2 great anticipations from the defense here. Michaela Daniels, you know, she gets the steal there, and then they finish it up in transition with a bounce pass to Poffenbarger, and then Poffenbarger again comes around to get the 3, and actually that's Talia Scott hitting the 3.
Just 3 minutes ago, Marquette had a 23-point lead. That's been whittled down to 15 thanks to a lot of momentum for the Razorbacks. And Michelle, you said it would take defensive stops, not just stops, but they're getting live ball turnovers.
Yeah, and those last 2 live ball turnovers turned into 5 points, and they're on an 8-0 run over the last 2 minutes, 24 seconds. Their shooting percentage up to 34%, and you mentioned that they were down 20 points against Wisconsin. They chipped away and they won that game. Well, guess what? Arkansas is chipping away again.
Marquette has not scored in 2:41. Needs one here to grab some of that momentum back. Hare drives the lane, denied. Big defensive stop there from Miriam Dowda.
Yeah, the 6'4" redshirt sophomore using her long levers to swat that away. And you'll notice Jordan King not on the floor for Marquette after those 2 turnovers. That's very uncharacteristic for number 23.
It was the first 2 steals of the game for Arkansas, those last 2 possessions. Carlin, 3 seconds on the shot clock. Gets it, a fadeaway, tough shot.
Oh, and she had to release that so quickly as she was spinning. And that's one part of her game that she's really been dynamic about, is shooting that shot off the dribble.
Carlin now has 13 to pace all scores. Deep 3 from Poffenbarger, short.
Yeah, you cannot leave number 4 open.
Poffenbarger, 3 for 6 from beyond the arc. 3 for 7 after that last miss. Carlin sets the screen. Holker not able to get it to go.
Good defensive stop there by the Razorbacks. Let's see if they can turn this into a couple of points.
Scott. Step back, short. Marquette with the rebound. They are just dominating on the glass.
Yeah, they've doubled up Arkansas, 28-14 in boards.
And Kumu finds Hottinger. Hare. Carlin from deep rattles out. There's the O-board.
Wow.
There's the putback. Franny Hottinger says, I like that one.
She's nothing flashy. She's not loud and explosive. She just works hard. And when you outwork your opponents, good things are going to happen.
Marquette extending their lead back to 19. Their largest of the game has been 23. So shifting that momentum back here. Pretty spin move, Poffenbarger gets it.
Yeah, using all of her length as she rotates across that paint and finishes with such a soft touch.
Poffenbarger in double digits in scoring. And Kumu, nice little pass. That one's short though from the baseline.
But the hustle from Marquette.
Can't get the second chance point. Pushing here is Spencer. Tries to go all the way, but denied. Whistle blows. It will stay Razorbacks ball.
I mean, that was long and length by Carlin. Look at this rebound from Hottinger. I mean, she puts it up, right hand scoop, beautiful. And then this drain across the lane, getting it done with Poffenbarger.
Just like that, Marquette has regained momentum here late in quarter number 3. They've improved the lead. It's been a little bit of a back and forth game of runs here in the third quarter, but the Golden Eagles have continued to separate themselves from Arkansas as that quarter went on after a couple of bad turnovers there early. What has been working during this last stretch for the Golden Eagles?
Oh, number 20, Franny Hottinger. I mean, she is almost at a double-double, and she's just been battling down low, picking up rebounds. Look at that, right on cue. I mean, come on, Franny. You're making me look brilliant.
Franny Hottinger with 10 points and now 10 rebounds, so she has a double-double. All the time from 3 for Carlin, but she can't get it to go. That time, Poffenbarger fighting for the board, but it is going to be a travel called on the floor.
And she fell pretty hard on that hip. Carlin just leaving her last couple shots short. She's probably got some tired legs here, but she's got to get more legs into her shot so they're not hitting the front of the rim. That's a 10th turnover for Arkansas.
Oh, what a move by Liza Carlin.
Know where the defense is, step back through, scoop it over the rim.
Just as quickly, Marquette gets it back. Very close call, though, there on the baseline.
Yeah, tiptoeing for Lee Volker.
Hare falls through the lane, thought she might get the end one. So foul is called on Emery Ellis.
And look at the space here. I mean, Carlin's calling for it. She reverses and splits that defense and uses her long arms to scoop it up and over the rim.
Carlin has 15 points. She's averaging 15 on the season, 7 of 13 shooting from the floor. Also has 8 boards, so she's approaching a double-double as well.
Marquette still hitting 51% from the field, shooting 83%, 88% now from the free throw line.
They're able to knock that one down. Knock down the pair. Spencer.
Arkansas's got a mismatch inside.
Scott.
Between Goforth and Hare.
Scott connects with Goforth. That one won't go. Pitch ahead pass, reeled in and one. Huge play from Liza Carlin.
Neil, and that's what Jordan King does. I mean, she had a couple of bad passes earlier on, but look at this court awareness. She gets it ahead. It's not as far as she wanted it, but it's the pure strength of Liza Carlin that just rips that ball and finishes strong.
Liza Carlin with 17. The chance to make it 18 here from the free throw line. Rattles home, gets the friendly roll.
And if you would have told me Arkansas would only have 37 points with 2.5 minutes to go in the third quarter, I'd be like, no.
Razorbacks trailing by 24. Also, not a scoreline I was anticipating. There's contact, foul called on the body there. Ellis goes to the ground in the collision.
That was a great screen and roll. I mean, Emery Ellis, when she rolled, she kept her defender on her back. And this is like one of the few pick and roll plays that we've seen Arkansas execute, and she drew the foul on Carlin.
Emery Ellis, the junior forward, 6'3", averaging 2.5 points, just under 2 boards per game. Inbounds play. Ball back to Spencer. Entry to Ellis. Spencer.
Marquette doing a great job playing help side defense, cutting,
Spencer
covering
in
up
the
cutters.
lane, just rolls out.
And that's how tonight has gone for Arkansas. I mean, they worked so hard to get that shot, and it was a nice looking shot from Spencer. She just couldn't get it to bounce.
Carlin to King. King around the screen. Volker to Forbes. Forbes spinning, turning, whistle blows, foul called.
Yeah, Samara Spencer reached in on that drive from Forbes. You know, Coach Neighbors told us, Kylan, that, you know, spurts, when we're really good, when we're really bad, but the peaks need to be less. Want more peaks, less of the valley. I mean, and that's what's happening. I mean, Arkansas has moments of brilliance, and then all of a sudden they tank out, and then they come back up, and they just haven't found consistency or any sort of rhythm.
Arkansas with 5 team fouls now in the bonus. That last one called on Spencer. Or they will be in the bonus. Now, you pointed out less peaks, more peaks, less valleys rather, in terms of being a little bit more consistent. How does Arkansas develop that consistency? It seemed like the defense is what really led to a run here early in the third quarter. What do they do to sustain that?
Well, they just need to continue to play high octane, high energy, and get the defense spreading. I mean, right there, nice job by Sanchez Cerquera, but she turns the ball over.
Skip pass, open three, no good.
And it's going after loose balls and actually winning the loose balls.
Volker there on the floor battling for it for Marquette. It is going to be a Razorbacks ball.
And as you can see there, Coach Duffy, I mean, she gets as energized as her teammate, or her teammates, her team does on the floor.
A 13-2 run for Marquette in the last 5 after Arkansas had that momentum midway to early in the third. Foul called here. That one's called against Nkumu, her first.
You know, Marquette's really cleaned up the fouls as well. They've only committed 1 foul in this quarter, and neither of them have been on King or Hare.
The extra pass, nicely done. Keats knocks down the triple.
It's a big one for the 5'8" sophomore from Choctaw, Mississippi.
Just about 18 seconds separating the game clock and shot clock.
And she's got
Volker
3.
from the corner, no. Spencer, out in transition. Didn't like the matchup there, she'll pull it back out. Now just about 1.5 seconds separating the game clock and shot clock. Spencer, kick out, go forth. The fake, denied. Huge defensive play by Hottinger.
Yeah, holy cow. I mean, she just stuck with Goforth around this corner. Just kept that hand up, did not reach over and impede on Goforth's movement, and hence she didn't get called for the foul. Great defense from Nkumu, pushing Spencer out to miss that shot.
Last second, the three-point attempt rolls out. It looked good, though, coming out of the hands of Jordan King. This Marquette team continues to roll here in the third quarter. 23-point lead over Arkansas after Marquette with a huge run, 13-2 there late in the third. Fourth quarter action coming up on the other side. It's the Marquette Golden Eagles leading the Arkansas Razorbacks by 23 heading into the fourth quarter. And this young woman is a big reason why. Liza Carlin, outstanding in the third.
Yeah, 9 points in this quarter. And she got it done hitting from the outside, driving the paint, and hitting those short little jumpers. And she's getting a well-deserved rest on the bench right now.
The Fort Myers Tip-Off Shell Division Championship game underway. Marquette less than 10 minutes away from securing the victory. Entry pass, Hottinger up and in. A pair of big defensive plays in the third quarter, and there she gets it done on the offensive end.
Yeah, 12 points, 10 rebounds. A nice double-double for Franny.
Triple doesn't fall for Daniels. Put back not there. Ball on a play. It is going to stay with the Razorbacks.
Yeah, Sanchez Cerquera got a nice offensive board there, but you gotta capitalize and put that in.
Daniels finds Scott.
Yeah, Scott only 7 points today. Rose and Kumu's done a nice job of shutting her down.
Scott on the drive, gets the foul. She will go to the line. Yeah, how about that? Talia Scott, leading the SEC, one of the best freshmen in the country, averaging 23.5 points per game, has led the Hogs in scoring in every game except their last game against Wisconsin. She still had 18, though, but held to 7 so far. What is Nkumu doing that is working so well against Talia Scott?
Oh, playing great personal defense right in her face the whole time, denying her getting that basketball back when she gives it up. And then when Scott does take it to the rack, I mean, she's really pushing her out and making those shots challenging. Almost a steal there from the full court pressure of the Razorbacks.
Scott does get the pair of free throws. High post entry to Hottinger. Now she sets the screen. Carlin. Will fake hard drive, kick out to Forbes. Extra pass, hair, too strong. Both teams fighting for the board. It is going to be called a foul over the back there.
And again, guess who's battling down low? It's Hottinger again. I mean, look at her. She is just fighting with Talia Scott. And she gets the position, and she's just so much stronger than the freshman Scott is. And that gives a new shot clock to Marquette.
Marquette with the inbounds. And the reset shot clock. Square up, shoot, short. Arkansas with the rebound. Scott ready to go the other way. Hesitation, drive, gets the foul.
And that time King's on her, and smart for that freshman to take it right at King. King, a good defender, not as great as Nkumu is, though. And King trying to sell it there by standing straight up and saying, hey, I didn't touch her.
As any good gamer does. Scott, though, a highly touted recruit in the 2023 class, ranked 11th overall by a couple of the different outlets. Unanimous 5-star prospect, was McDonald's All-American. And man, up until this game, her game has translated so well to the collegiate level. A lot of times it can be difficult for freshmen to come in, adjust to the speed of play, the physicality. What stands out to you about Talia Scott's skill set, despite the fact she's had a bit of a slow night tonight?
High basketball IQ, and I think free throws. I mean, she's 6 for 6 in free throws, and she just got a beautiful touch on that shot. I mean, she's going to be one to watch going forward in the SEC.
That foul called.
Sasha Goforth, they called it on. Number 13.
Goforth getting her second. But Talia Scott kept fairly quiet, at least by her standards, after a very hot start to her freshman campaign. Now, King on the drive, no. O-board, third chance. King, or Hottinger rather, came up with it again.
Well, Arkansas is doing a much better job of fighting through those screens, and they're really hedging on those screens as well, which is pushing Marquette's offense out further away from the hoop.
Daniels to Scott, stays in the game. Scott fires just inside the arc, it's short. Golden Eagles push. Kumu on the left side, lays it up and in.
And she never gave up the dribble. And that was a great screen by Skylar Forbes.
McDaniels. Daniels couldn't get it to go. Marquette now with the sizable 23-point lead. Shooting 48%, just 20% from three. So getting this type of lead despite the fact that they are well below their 44% clip from beyond the arc heading into this game.
You know, making 10 of 11 from the free throw line. And look at you, you're saying not shooting well from three, and Kumu drains it. I swear they've got us mic'd on their bench.
Our booth is bugged up here. Something's going on, but Nkumu makes the triple. Now a 26-point lead.
There she is in the passing lane.
Nkumu goes to the other end, puts it up.
It's a quick 5 points there for number 3. I mean, she can score in bunches, so explosive.
Nkumu now with 14, 7 assists as well, so facilitating. Wide open three, doesn't fall. Sanchez-Urquea had the time. Second opportunity.
And that's just been the night for Arkansas.
The putback falls. Sanchez-Urquea with her first bucket.
And she shoots 2 3-pointers that just kind of rim around, and then she gets down there and is able to get the feed from Daniels to finish.
Quick timeout here on the floor, but Marquette continuing their domination here in quarter number 4. 72-46, it's Golden Eagles on top. More fourth quarter coming up in just a minute. Welcome back into Suncoast Credit Union Arena. The Arkansas Razorbacks getting it done defensively, and so has Marquette.
Yeah, Rose Nkumu just getting into that passing lane, pushing it ahead, finishing off strong with that layup. She's got 14 points, 5 of them coming in the last 5 points for Marquette. A 3-pointer and then that layup.
14 is a season high for Nkumu here early on in this 23-24 campaign. Now Harlan will put it back in play. Carlin gets it right back. Full court press from the Razorbacks. Golden Eagles able to break it down.
And they get some of their bench players in here for the Golden Eagles. Number 2, Bridget Upberg, the transfer from Central Michigan.
Nice entry pass into the low post to Carlin, and a foul is called on the Razorbacks.
Razorback foul, number 43, Michaela Daniels.
Michaela Daniels called for her 4th. So she's in some trouble here, but it's 5.5 remaining in the fourth quarter. Baseline jumper, short.
Good clear on the boards from Poffenbarger.
Spencer kicks out, Scott. Nice fake. Kick out again. Another fake. Dauda on the drive, draws the contact, but doesn't get the basket.
Yeah, smart move by Dauda not to take that open three, not to settle for a shot you're not comfortable with, and drive that in, and she splits the defense and draws the contact from Abby Cracknell.
At the line for the Razorbacks, shooting 2, number 30, Marion Dauda.
It's Marquette's third foul of this quarter.
Dauda, 8 of 18 from three-point land heading into this game. Probably feels more comfortable, though, on the drive. The redshirt sophomore forward stands at 6'4".
That's her first 2 points to go along with 4 rebounds and 1 block shot.
Defensive pressure there from Spencer almost forced the turnover. Marquette able to get it up the floor, breaking the press once again. King handling.
Oh, nice backdoor cut.
Cracknell won't go. Scott pushing. Scott going at 2, 3 defenders, gets it in the lane. Strong move from the freshman.
Yeah, she just muscled it up there. 13 points for Talia Scott.
Scott quietly starting to creep up there in terms of her numbers. Burke, inside pass, nice move, good turnaround there from Carlin.
Yeah, beautiful bounce pass off the dribble. Carlin seals her defender so well.
Foul called on Cracknell.
And if you're Marquette, you do not want to get that 5th foul, because that slows down the tempo of the game and it stops the clock. But look at this, one-handed dribble, the turn to the inside, and the right finish from Carlin.
Scott on the inbounds, down to Dauda. Scott from 3, yes! Talia Scott quietly having herself a night, 16 points now.
Well, and using that ball screen effectively, and then they go after Jordan King and they almost get her trapped. Jordan's got to play smarter now that there's ball pressure on.
Carlin faces up.
Good patience from Liza Carlin not to force anything that wasn't there.
King trying to get around the screen. Foul committed, though. On the floor is going to be against Miriam Dauda.
Yeah, both teams with 4 fouls, so they'll be headed to the bonus on the next one.
Marquette on the inbounds.
This is their high post, double high post offense they run called Marquette 5.
Carlin. Cracknell, hands off.
And they didn't get the shot out of
On
it
the
that
shot
they
clock.
wanted. Good hedge there by
King,
Dauda.
no. Goes out of play right as the shot clock expires. Razorbacks basketball.
Great defense from Arkansas. They covered up the backdoor cuts there, and Miriam Dauda pushed King out away from the basket, and she wasn't able to get up a quality shot.
Now this Marquette team 320 away from being the Elevance South Women's Fort Myers Tip-Off Shell Division champions. This is a team that made it to the NCAA tournament 1 season ago. They've got postseason aspirations. They've got a top 25 win under their belt, taking down 23rd ranked Illinois a couple weeks ago. Good showing this weekend, as that 3 won't go. Do you see this Marquette team being a threat come the postseason, both in the Big East and beyond in the NCAA tournament?
I definitely think so. I mean, they're picked to finish 3rd in the Big East behind perennial powerhouse UConn, and then I believe Creighton is picked 2nd. But Marquette is lethal, and if they get all of their puzzle pieces in order and they play really solid basketball, they can beat a lot of good teams. The teams that can beat them, though, are the ones that have that big presence inside in their post. That's one thing Marquette doesn't have, is that true post player.
Coach Duffy acknowledging her team a little bit small as Scott responds there. She now has 18, heating up here in quarter number 4.
A nice little shot off the dribble.
For the Golden Eagles, number 1, Eve Wolford. For the Razorbacks, number 13, Sasha Goldberg.
2-minute scoring drought for Marquette. Their largest lead was 28, rather.
Yeah, look at that crossover dribble. Just knocked Kenzie Hare out of her shoes, and nice little shot from Talia Scott. A lot of fun to watch. Marquette's just got to take care of the basketball in these last 2 minutes.
Bracknell almost lost the handle. Little move, floater, no. Got Burke at the space. Scott pushing. Scott goes all the way to the rack, gets the bucket. Talia Scott with 20.
Yeah, and those last 7 points have come in a hurry. I mean, Marquette scoring drought, 225. Arkansas on a 13-2 run over the last 4 minutes.
Up Burke, skip pass. Volker. Hare gets it inside. Pass deflected. Nice hands there from Johnson. Marquette, though, gets back in a hurry. Scott will slow it down. Turnover, though, on the other end. Forbes able to come up with the ball. Hare finds Cracknell. She sets the screen. Hare just walked as she thought about taking the 3.
Yeah.
Maybe a little miscue there.
Yeah, normally she would shoot that 3, but when you got 1 minute and 3 to go and there was 16 seconds on the shot clock, you know, there's no need to bury that 3.
Under 1 minute to go here. 23 in the shot clock for Arkansas. If you're the Razorbacks, what do you take away from this performance? Any positives you can look at moving forward, and what is your focus in terms of areas for improvement?
Well, their shooting percentage definitely went up from the start of the game. Their free throw shooting at 85%. I think Talia Scott continued to play really hard down the stretch. I mean, 20 points when we didn't even think she was going to get to double digits. You know, Arkansas just has to continue to find ways to make their baskets. They took some really good shots. They just couldn't finish.
Scott makes the first free throw after Hare was called for the foul. Second one rolls out. She has 21. 19-second game clock, shot clock differential. Upberg running the point.
And Arkansas also has to get off to a much faster start.
Hare can't get the 3 to fall. However, crashing the glass hard there with Skylar Forbes, the freshman, getting some action. Showing the bench there, getting into it. Shot clock off now, 22 seconds to go. Scott with the ball in her hands. However, turnover for the Golden Eagles, 10 seconds remain. There's the final buzzer. This win officially in the books for the Marquette Golden Eagles. A huge dominant performance over SEC foe Arkansas, 74-58, the final score. There you have it. The Marquette Golden Eagles are your Fort Myers Tip-Off Shell Division champions here at Suncoast Credit Union Arena. Looking at the score sheet, Arkansas did get a little bit going there in the fourth quarter, a 14-2 run. Talia Scott mainly responsible for that. She had quite a few buckets there in the fourth, but aside from that, the Golden Eagles just dominant on a number of different facets. Michelle, what stood out to you about the way that Marquette was able to dominate this game?
Well, 36 points out of their 74 came in the paint. And that's just outstanding, attacking the hoop, but also Liza Carlin getting some points down low, but then also 18 points off of turnovers, and they own the boards. 41 rebounds from Marquette. That would be Rosen Kumu, 14 points, 5 for 7 for field goals. I mean, she was just great. Marquette, well-balanced attack.
On behalf of our entire crew here at the Women's Sports Network, I'm Kylan Mills, alongside my broadcast partner, Michelle Griffin-Wenzel. Appreciate you joining us here from the Elevance Health Women's Fort Myers tip-off Marquette, the Shell Division champions, 74-58, the final.